Do you see her? The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect.
Hi.
Hi, Brendan.
Her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Do you know what a chrysanthemum is, Grady?
A flower.
Well, let him. Okay. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. Look at all the pictures of her growing. She's crawling and then eating in the high chair. And then she's sliding down the slide and riding a tricycle. Going to school, reading a book.
Taking a bath.
Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. Grady, do you love your name?
I love my name. Yeah, I love my name.
It's nice to love your own name.
My name.
Totally. That's right. That is the perfect name for you. That's right. Just like Chrysanthemum's name was perfect for her. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Do you see her, Grady? She's talking to herself in the mirror. There, she's playing with her daddy. Her mom's waking her up. She says, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. Do you ever get letters in the mail with your name on them? Like, no?
It's a cup.
She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on a birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect, and then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum, school. Do you think she was excited, Grady? I think so too. But when Mrs. Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. So this is all the kids in her class. She says, Dawn, Eve, Lois, Al, Les, Tay, is that Tay? Tay, Max, Sue, Bill, Pat, Tom, Sam, Ken, Joe, Rita, Victoria, and Chrysanthemum. It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. Whoa. Your name has 5. Lucy's name has 4. Sam's name has 3. Mars' name has 3.
Or 8.
Or 8. That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Chud. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower. Oh, pish, said her mother.
Yes?
This is Sam's favorite part.
Who may drink the car?
Your name is beautiful and precious. Oh, bish. And precious and priceless. That's right. Okay, let's wait for it to come again. No, Lucy, don't do that. And precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better. She felt bad because the kids were teasing her.
What?
The kids were teasing her about her name.
Why?
Because they thought it was long, and that's not very nice, is it? I think it hurt her feelings.
What was her dad reading?
It hurt her feelings. It says, he's reading The Inner Mouse, Volume 1, Childhood Anxiety. He's reading a parenting book. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. She's starting to wish her name was different. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita. Let's
sit in the
smell
chair?
her, said Joe.
You want to sit in my lap?
Yes, Sam.
You gotta sit in the chair.
Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name. So you have to wait, otherwise you can't read with us, okay? She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, "A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things." "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria," said Mrs. Judd. "Now put your heads down." "I just cannot believe your name," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "Neither can I," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. I think they're hurting her feelings. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School's no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "They said I even looked like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "They're just jealous. And envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced. It says a rose by any other name, understanding identity." He's reading about feelings.
Is that chrysanthemum?
Who would be jealous of a name like, who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours, said her mother. "After all, it's okay, Sam, that's enough. After all, it's absolutely perfect," said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. You see the picture, Sam? Or Grady? See the picture?
I don't think she's.
These are talking. That's okay.
Yeah.
That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. She wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most.
I'll be one of the part.
Okay.
Until then, I'll just start working on them.
She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Or do you want to take a shower, babe?
I'll see.
Okay. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. La, 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 la. Then she assigned roles for the class musicale. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen.